Alright, so yeah, that was freaking sweet. This is quite a bit later. We are coming right out of a cardio session, and this morning we actually hit our leg day. So I did that whole Cartalk this morning, that's right. But it was a good leg day, to say the least. We couldn't do one movement, hack squat, which is actually a huge reason why I am dealing with this lower back strain on both sides. And the right one, that's kind of been there for a while, but the left one, that has not. So I gotta say, I have really been enjoying switching up my cardio with kind of like an upright bike instead of treadmill, just because it's a nice change up. I've been doing treadmill for years, and I love it. You know, it's awesome, but it got to the point where I couldn't even do like a flat treadmill without hurting my back. So that was definitely, oh, okay, you just blew through that stop sign. That's cool. But yeah, so yeah, no, that's where we're landing right now. We did a whole leg workout this morning, and then we got our cardio in, and we did a bit of a meditation at lunch. So things are shaping up quite nicely, and it's only 4:56, so that's pretty freaking early. I'm used to, going to work, finishing up around like 3:30, and then heading to the gym after, then doing my workout and my cardio. So I'm usually done by like, if I get to the gym by like, usually like 4, and it takes about like 2.5 hours to do everything, So I'm heading home around like 6:30 most of the time. So it's nice, it's a little earlier today. So we actually didn't get our morning meditation in this morning. So I'm going to head home, and we're going to do a meditation outside because the weather is really freaking nice. It is 68 right now, just freaking perfect. And yeah, blue skies. Well, a few clouds in the air, but it is blue skies for the most part. And so yeah, we're going to take advantage of this beautiful weather. And I actually have been thinking of kind of like upping my cardio game. Or not cardio game, my meditation game. So with the Transcendental Meditation that I usually do, that's like a 20 minutes, 2 times a day, morning and evening. That's usually my jam. That's like my bread and butter. But I'm thinking that we're gonna throw in during the day to kind of up my awareness. It's called like, it doesn't have like a specific name. It's just, if you haven't read the book Awehrness by Anthony DeMello, I highly suggest it. It is, it's one of my top reads. I mean, I could read that book over and over and over again and still learn something new. So, Awehrness by Anthony DeMello, basically his whole premise of that entire book is that life is a bounty. It's something to be cherished, and a lot of the time people aren't really aware of that, aware that every moment is just freaking awesome, and it's filled with like this blissful joy of just being alive. And so towards the end of the book, he kind of has like this meditation that he usually does, and it's a really interesting meditation, and it's kind of been going along with what I've been doing lately as far as, the whole like doing nothing type of thing. If I haven't, or if you haven't seen those videos, basically I'm doing nothing when, it's probably the better thing to do. So like if you're gonna worry, it's probably better to do nothing. Or if you're getting mad, or I don't know, whatever, something that doesn't seem as healthy, doing nothing is probably the healthier thing to do. So that's that's kind of where I'm coming from with all this. But his meditation with a lot of this is meant to boost your awareness. So the whole thing is anytime a thought arises in your awareness, you go, it is whatever the thought is, and then you do the thought, whatever it is in my mind, or he says in me, but that sounds a little weird to me. So for me, it'd be like in my mind, and then the third part of it is there is the thought, like whatever you're thinking. So like a good example is like right now, what am I thinking about? Let's just take, I'm looking at this cloud right now, right? So, and I'm thinking about the cloud. So it is the cloud. The cloud is in my mind. There is the cloud. And so what this basically does is it names whatever's in your awareness. It acknowledges the fact that it's in your mind, and then saying there is builds distance from it. So it basically treats your mind like a filter, and it keeps updating every thought that you have. When you run it through that system, that's how it's like a really good way of just letting go of thoughts and not needing to change anything. So that's kind of a cool meditation that I've been thinking about doing, and it's more of like an everyday meditation. It's not like, I mean, you could do it in like a seated setting, but what I mean by everyday is like, it's kind of like a meditation that you do just all the time, like in every moment. So it's meant to like really crystallize your experience, or just, it's like if you have more awareness throughout the day, you're going to be living life a lot more intentionally, and you're going to be living a lot more present. So I figure, if we only have like, let's say, so I'm 27 now. Let's say I live until 77. That means I only have 50 years, or, better yet, 50 summers, 50 winters, 50 springs, and 50 falls. So, it's kind of one of those things, like you're just, might as well live life to the fullest right now. So that's kind of what's been on my mind. Also, it was kind of interesting. I've been listening to, like, I saw like a video with Layla Hermazi, and if you know Alex Hermazi, he's brilliant. He has like a few books on like basically how to build a profitable business. And so what she was saying in it is that, she first came from a place of like, I don't really care about money, I just want to help people. But then Alex, her husband, rebutted with, well, if you make more money, wouldn't you be able to help more people? And so that's kind of been on my mind as well, where it's like, okay, yeah, there's bad business out there, there's unethical practices to make money, but there are ethical practices, and if we can up our ethical practices and make more money in the long run, we can help more people. And so that's kind of what's been on my mind, and the way that I go about making money is like a very interesting way. So of course I have my day job, I substitute teach, and it pays pretty well, but then I also have my business, and my business is centered around delivering the best bodybuilding prep service imaginable. That's my whole thing, is I want to be the best bodybuilding athlete and best bodybuilding coach that I can possibly be, and I want to be the best in the world. And so that's kind of where I'm coming from with a lot of this. But as far as the making money part, it's kind of backwards for me. So it's not like I'm going into it thinking like, all right, what's the quickest way that I can make a ton of money right now? It's more so like, how can I, or like, I'm gonna do what I love, and so how can we prioritize that so that I can make more money and help more people? And so it's like, I love to lift, love to meditate, and I love to write. So those are kind of like my top three. And so, I don't know, that's just kind of been swimming around in my mind pretty recently. So it's just, it's one of those things that you kind of take day by day. You kind of just do your thing, and then good things will come. As long as you stay true and just diligent on whatever you love to do, good things will come. So that's kind of where I'm landing right now. But anyways, we are gonna head back. I'm probably gonna get my second meditation in right now at my place. So I'll probably see you there for that. But anyways, y'all, see y'all in a little bit.